Thank you, Chairman Cicilline, and thanks for holding this hearing today. I'm glad that you and I have found some commonality in this and look forward to working together. This is the first of many hearings and oversight activities the subcommittee expects to hold over the coming months on the important antitrust and competition issues in the tech sector. I firmly support this initiative. The conversations we will have in our committee are critical as Congress evaluates the depth, breadth, and importance of these tech issues and whether any amendments to the antitrust laws are needed. The public understanding of these issues and the evolving role of tech in the daily lives of the American people are equally important as we have these discussions. If we do identify needs for new legislation, it is important we keep two principles in mind. First, like the existing antitrust laws, new legislation be consistent in keeping the free market free. Proposals to construct broad, new regulatory regimes should be viewed with caution. Experience shows that regulatory solutions often miss the mark, solve problems less efficiently than free markets, and can create new opportunities for anti-competitive companies to suppress competition through rent-seeking. That is especially true when regulation attempts to take on evolving problems in fast-moving markets like tech. I speak from experience here. I have worked through these before, and we have to make sure that we're not looking for an immediate solution to the soreness in our foot and recognize that we got a problem with our leg. We need to make sure we're working this through. Secondly, big is not necessarily bad. Companies that offer new innovations, better solutions, and more consumer benefit at lower prices often become big to the benefit of society, shockingly. Proposals to break up big companies just because they are big risk throwing out the baby with the bathwater. And any discussion that simply moves to that discussion first is not the right way to move. It is because I embrace these principles that I'm excited to have joined Subcommittee Chairman Cicilline in the introduction of the Journalism Competition and Preservation Act. This bill takes head-on the problem of local and other news organizations disappearing from the public square as news consumption moves increasingly online. A vibrant press has been critical to the success of our democracy since the founding of the Republic. In the old days, press organizations were able to thrive based on their subscription and advertising revenues. But as the news consumption has moved to the internet, traditional subscriptions are speedily drying up, and online advertising revenues are increasingly becoming dominated by online platforms. As a result, news organizations across the country are rapidly losing their economic lifeblood and disappearing from the public square. If individuals' news outlets could count on being able to negotiate fair attribution and advertising revenue agreements with the online platforms, the bleeding could be stopped. The problem, however, is that smaller news organizations don't stand a fair negotiating chance when they try to negotiate deals with the platform giants. These giants stand as a bottleneck, a classic antitrust problem, but between consumers and the producers of news content. Journalism Competition and Preservation Act seeks to solve this problem simply by allowing news publications to take the platform's bottleneck together. Specifically, the bill allows the publications 4 years in which they can collectively negotiate with the platforms without fearing antitrust enforcement against that activity. In other words, the bill allows news publications to take on an antitrust problem without worrying that their antitrust laws themselves will stand in the way. It does not propose any new regulatory structures. It does not threaten to break up any company. It does promise to simply and effectively solve the problem. Today's hearing provides an excellent opportunity to examine this bill and the other issues related to journalism in an online environment. These issues include matters as diverse as the boom in tech mergers and acquisitions to the mushrooming problem of online outlets that freeze viewpoints out of the online public square. As we begin this, for all that are here, and many of you are here representing a large, diverse group, I've met with many of you over the years. Understand from my position, as I have stated clearly, the principles that I have laid out. And as we go forward in this, anything that happens should be done when everyone comes to the table. Everyone has a chance to share their opinion. Everyone has a chance to offer what may or may not be good legislative solutions. It is up to this body to hear honestly from the people and the companies involved. If we take everybody at face value, it is the American people at the end of the day that will benefit. I promise from my perspective and our side, will not rush to judgment. We encourage either side to not rush to judgment and companies to participate in a positive solution. When this body does that, we have seen great things happen. When we do not, we end up with more problems than we began to initiate. With that, I yield back.